The American Red Cross responds to about 70,000 disasters in the United States, which is really incredible when you think about it on an annual basis. Here in Orange County, we responded to 474 disasters last year. And it's not the big disasters that you hear about, like the Riverside fires or the Northern California wildfires. It's the things that happen every day. As an example, in the last 2 days here in Orange County, our volunteers have responded to 4 different events. They're those small house fires. There's somebody getting up at 2 a.m., going to a fire. As the fire department, our first responders, our tremendous first responders are driving away. Our volunteers are there to put a warm blanket around a family, to give them a card so that they can pay for lodging that night or get some basic food and shelter, just to get them through on a temporary basis until they can get their lives back in order. When you hear our volunteers talk about this or our victims talk about this, it gives them hope. It gives them hope that there will be a better tomorrow.
You go all the way in and then you suction in a circle as you pull it out.
Well, we offer courses to people in our community to help them prepare for a disaster, to help them prepare for an emergency. One of our main objectives is to make sure that people have the skills to take care of themselves. When there's a disaster, the first responders can't always get there immediately, and certainly the Red Cross can't. Sometimes we have to wait till roads are open. We have to wait until the fire department says it's safe for you to bring your volunteers in to help these people. So we offer a lot of courses in first aid, CPR. We offer a lot of training on what you should do at home to be prepared in the event of an emergency. We encourage people to have a kit ready, to know where their emergency documents are, to have water, to have food, just in case they're stuck, especially with the El Nino storms that we're expecting in this area. We want people to be ready to take care of themselves until we can get there to help them as well.
Hi, good morning.
Here, donate blood. I have a 2 o'clock appointment.
Okay.
Another area where the Red Cross is strong is in our blood program. We collect blood, red cells, and platelets really across the community. We do them at fixed sites. We have one on this location here in Orange County on Golden Circle Drive, but we also go to businesses, we go to community centers, and we're holding blood drives throughout the year. We collect about 100,000 units of red blood cells here in the Desert to the Sea region of the American Red Cross. And for every donation, you can help save up to 3 lives. So it may be that a portion of that blood is used to help a newborn who, a lot of times when babies are born and maybe they haven't quite made it to term, they need a little boost to get them through their first few weeks of life, so blood might be given to them. Cancer patients are very big recipients of blood products. If there's a traumatic event, a major car accident, the Red Cross blood is there, and that's all donated. Blood cannot be manufactured. So we really rely on those people to roll up their sleeve and give blood to help save lives in our communities and across the country. Our outreach to our military families is another area where the Red Cross really shines. The Red Cross is the first group that the service members see when they arrive on base. The Red Cross is there to greet them and welcome them to the base. And then we have briefings with them. We have briefings with them as they're just starting their military service. So we'll talk to them about how the Red Cross will be there if they need to connect with family members. We'll be there if their family members need some guidance as to where to go for help in the community. We're there when they leave. We're in the veterans hospitals, with our volunteers, visiting veterans, providing comfort care kits to them, listening to them, hearing their stories. Sometimes they just need to tell their story about what it was like to be somebody involved with the military. We just do wonderful things there, and you'll see that we also are doing reconnection workshops now. So we have a lot of people coming back, finishing their military service and trying to reconnect in their communities. So we're offering reconnection workshops on our bases to provide family members and service members with resources in their community to help them get reacclimated once they come back. The American Red Cross sets aside March as Red Cross Month. It's a time for us to really recognize the everyday heroes in our communities, and a lot of times that's the volunteers. That's the volunteers who are responding to those calls in the middle of the night. It's those volunteers who are giving blood. It's even those people who are making a financial donation, because as we always say, without the dollars, we don't have a mission. The Red Cross is not a government agency. The Red Cross relies on the donations of the American people so that we can serve the needs of members of that community. And then, of course, the financial donations, even something like $10, can go a long way. We've been responding this past year to disasters all across the country, and it does drain our resources. We have to be ready before the event. We have to have the supplies here. We have to have the volunteers trained. We have to have emergency response vehicles that are ready to go out. So we love it when people respond to us during an emergency. But it's the things that we do every day that really takes up most of our resources and most of our time. We're focusing on vulnerable communities, places where it's likely that people may not have a working smoke detector. Volunteers do all that. Volunteers are out there working with our fire departments, knocking on doors, saying, could we check your smoke detectors? Could we help you help save your own life? And in Orange County alone, we've installed over 3,000 smoke detectors recently, and that's just since the program started in October of last year. The goal for the National Red Cross is to reduce the deaths of people from fires by 25% in 5 years. We already know of 27 lives that have been saved across the country because of Red Cross installed smoke detectors, which is pretty amazing. So those people live to see another day, to celebrate life with their families.